the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak of wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light, we're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light, we're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting.
Match day 3 of RSC season 26. Tonight we just have one matchup in the veteran tier between Cannoli and Blackjack. And joining me is Benny casting and Wiz producing. How are you doing tonight, Benny?
I'm great. Last night I got to watch some good Rocket League out of the amateur tier, and I'm hoping that this can bring the same kind of quality tonight.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to live up to the Ami players. They always bring the great gameplay and some signature goals, but definitely going to be an interesting one to watch. I believe this is the highest tier we've had on stream so far this season, so going to see a little bit more mechanical gameplay coming in. And speaking of, let's go over the teams really quickly. Cannoli, who are on my franchise, consist of Tor, Capn Clutch, SlmRnchr, and Laban. And then on the Blackjack team is, hold on a second, is Kwispay, Ryan, Jake, and Winter. So yeah, so definitely going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams.
Yeah, I'm really looking out for Winter here. He's a sub coming off the FA list, and even if he doesn't play, you still kind of wonder what that kind of presence brings for a team on stream, having to use an FA sub rather than their normal fourth if they have one.
Yeah, definitely. I think just on Monday we saw one of the teams had a FA sub, and it majorly impacted the series. They brought in the sub for the first two games and they won one of them, and then there was a big switch when they brought back the other player in, and it kind of shifted the momentum of the series, and the other team was able to adjust eventually. But yeah, definitely the FAs can have an impact on the way the series turns out.
Yeah, it at the end of the day, it all just comes down to chemistry, right? When you bring in an FA like that, whether, you know, even just the presence alone, not being used to being on a team and the certain energy that they bring, it can really be a lot for a team, especially trying to adjust this early in the season.
Yeah, it can be difficult to adjust to this, but the player stats and team stats for both teams are not working, unfortunately, so we can't display that to you guys. But I will just briefly tell everyone where these teams are in the veteran standings. Cannoli are currently tied for second with a bunch of teams at 6 and 2. And then Blackjack are 1-7. So a really rough start to the season, but again, only 2 match days in, so you can't really take too much out of that so far.
Yeah, I mean, don't let the 1-7 record fool you. This is a talented roster. I'm not really sure how those series went before for them, but I mean, this is a mechanically gifted roster with Ryan, Jake, and Kwispay on the same team. I haven't seen a lot out of Winter the last few seasons, but you know, he has been known to have flashes as well, and I'm a little bit intrigued to see how Cannoli as a whole shape up to this kind of matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting matchup regardless, but without any of the stats, without any of the standings, we are just going to go straight into this. I'm going to tell the players they are good to go, and we are just about to join up. Starting game 1, Cannoli, Blackjack. On the opening kickoff, it's going to be a real interesting series.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this one.
Well, kickoff counting down. Here we go. Laban on the kickoff goes right back to SlmRnchr, who gets a demo on Tor. Winter's going to play that in the corner. Kwispay gets the bump. Laban not letting any time go away. Tor's going to come in. Tor is going to absolutely snipe that one into the middle of the net. Already the pressure relentless from Cannoli, not letting them get any time. Kwispay had full boost, but was stuck on the backboard and couldn't get out of there.
Yeah, it all really starts with SlmRnchr. They're getting that bump in the corner. I believe it was Kwispay in the corner who ended up getting bumped by him. It completely threw off the rotation and left Cannoli in just a disarray.
Yeah, definitely. That's a difficult situation for the Blackjack team, but they are going to have 4 minutes to work out of it. Tons of time to do something about it. SlmRnchr trying to find Laban. It's just a bit too strong of a pass. And so this one's just going to go all the way back. Slime running out of boost, but is able to get enough boost to make the touch, the crucial touch in time. Kwispay's just winning 50s, goes directly back into Ryan's hands, but Slime is equal to the challenge, waiting for this one. Tor has to find the reverse gear, does get it away, and 4 minutes on the clock. This one is starting to build towards Blackjack's momentum, trying to find the pass. Slime does get this one clear, but it's only as far as the midfield. Winter is going to get onto the end of it. Unfortunately, the touch was not what he wanted. Tor trying for the redirect. Can't get it on target. Laban there. SlmRnchr on the follow. Tor fakes it out. Cannoli all over them and able to take 2 shots this game and converted that into 2 goals already.
And this is really the reason why they are tied for second place right now. They bring an extremely high pressure game style, and some teams just aren't able to keep up with it. If Blackjack is able to kind of crawl back and start to handle this pressure, they might start to see success coming their way, but so far they've come up empty-handed.
Yeah, there's a lot of series left so far, even a lot of game left in this first game of the series, which usually is just more of a feel-out game. Laban is dusted, but Winter was already up for it, so it was kind of a double commit that forces a little bit of a delay. Ryan and Kwispay, can he find it back to Kwispay, who gets on the end of it? Winter has a free net. It's a great link-up play, a little 1-2 passing play between Ryan and Kwispay great 50, leaving Winter one of the easiest goals he'll ever score.
Like I said before the series even started, this is a mechanical team. Be ready for those kind of plays.
Well, there is going to be a lot of mechanics on display, and it's up for Winter to try and produce some magic out of a hat. Ryan gets the touch. Kwispay dusts toward the ball. Laban on the end of it. Winter not doing much with it, but Ryan is there. Laban clears it long. This one is going to be an own goal from Kwispay, who immediately says sorry in the quick chat as he was a little bit too far up, trying to control the ball, and unfortunately that was not the touch he wanted.
I want to say he was trying to go to the corner, but I'm really not sure. It was kind of a weird touch, and I've got no answers for him.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of answers for that one. It was just a little bit of a rough play, but everyone makes those occasionally. That one's just going to go right past Ryan. Great touch by Winter. Laban, though, was ready for the beat. Ryan plays it to the corner. Kwispay is going to get a chance to redeem himself. Takes the ball. Gets immediately challenged by SlmRnchr. Laban 50s it on the ground towards the goal. It's saved away by Winter. Tor getting a little bit of a wall dash into the pass. Laban recycling. Ryan. Tor fakes it out. SlmRnchr. Winter has no boost. And it's going to go over his head. SlmRnchr will capitalize on the flailing defense. Great demo, and everyone was scrambling from there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was intentional, but Tor makes an absolutely great fake, if it was. And within all that, it's becoming quite a massacre here in this game one.
Yeah, there is still a bit of time, but it would need to be a massive shift from here. Tor trying to find the snipe. How is that one saved? A great save by Kwispay. Winter can't get it on the hood of his car. Gets the flick off. That one is saved away by Laban. Tor can't get it over the head. Winter just narrowly avoids the bump. Kwispay pops it up. Winter just gets the boost timing. Dusted to the ball. Ryan just fires it to the corner harmlessly. This one still hanging in the balance, but its time is slowly ticking away. Ryan can't get anything done past Tor.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird type of bounces that nobody really expects, and it's kind of been the way that the series has been going for this Blackjack team. But you know, there's still a lot of series left, and there's still even a decent amount of time of game left here. I wouldn't count them out yet, but they've got to make some serious changes, or this is not going to go their way.
1 minute left on the clock, 3 goals. That would be a goal every 20 seconds, so nearly impossible, but we've seen stranger things happen in this game before. SlmRnchr, great infield pass, but Laban was a little bit too far up, not ready for that one. Cannoli got to be careful not to be too overzealous and give away a free goal. Instead, they might be gifted a free goal. Tor can't put it on the back post in time. Kwispay waited it out. He didn't have boost. Winter gets possession. This is Blackjack's last chance, and it's shut down by SlmRnchr. Time ticking away. Tor can't put it on target, but this one won't matter. This is pretty much just a formality left. 10 seconds on the clock. Tor and SlmRnchr. Laban coming in. This one is just an onslaught. They almost get another goal. It keeps coming. Kwispay will see it wide, but again, so much pressure, and Cannoli will take game number 1.
Yeah, this was just an absolute onslaught. It was complete dominance out of the Cannoli side. And, you know, like I said before, with having an FA, having a sub, it's really tough to adjust. And even though Winter played well, I'm sure the playstyle just wasn't really matching that game. And I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a change either in this game or the next one.
Yeah, they're going to need to make a change, either playstyle or players, but definitely can't continue that. Laban with every goal contribution in this game, 1 goal and 3 assists, so a playmaker. Very impressive game from Laban, shutting up his haters that are plentiful within the franchise. But Laban is certainly a player capable of producing some mechanical plays. Still owns the amateur goal scoring record, fun fact, but that's not gonna matter. We're about 5 tiers, 6 tiers up from that, so the amateur records don't exactly matter down here, and it's about what you can produce now and in the veteran tier.
Yeah, but he's been producing so far tonight. I'm very optimistic for the rest of the series, but you know, hey, might see a don't jinx it now, but might be seeing a possible 4-0 here.
Yeah, they could take a 4-0 though. You know, just Blackjack just need one of these games to go their way, which is certainly possible. But it does look good for at least a series win for Cannoli. And Tor, who has been a big part of this veteran team for a few seasons now, was in Elite last season, now back in veteran and showing his impact. Laban and Tor linking up. SlmRnchr just a little bit late to the ball. Kwispay gets a touch, trying to follow up on a 50. Doesn't get it. Winter is going to get a free bang. SlmRnchr has a little bit of trouble with the post, but it works through it, and now should be free possession. Tor's not going to let it be so free. Laban snipes it in the corner, but it's just off the post. SlmRnchr can't get the touch. It's continuous pressure. This time it hasn't resulted in a goal, but still, Cannoli are charging on. Time ticking. Laban can't find the touch. Winter should take possession here.
Yeah, just an unlucky whiff on SlmRnchr's part. I think he actually might have had a free goal if he did get the shot off, but, you know, if it's not falling right now, that 4-0 that I mentioned earlier might be in jeopardy.
Yeah, the 4-0 could be in jeopardy, but still, Cannoli putting shot after shot. That one saved away by Kwispay. Laban beats 2 defenders. Unfortunately, the second touch off the wall was not what he was desiring. This is an infield pass cut off by Kwispay. Kwispay looking for the dunk. Can't get it to go. Ryan pops it up. Ryan, a little bit of miscommunication. Winter was wanting to go, but had to wait on the touch. It's going to force them to go all the way back. Kwispay bangs it off the wall. A little bit of a bump there, but Ryan fights through it. Laban trying to get a touch. Ryan plays it to the wall. Tor not on the end of it. Slime playing it. This one's just getting recycled, but again, where's the follow-up? Orange and Blackjack are not able to find that clinical touch. Their second man position a little bit lacking, and that may be the difference in the series.
Yeah, it's not being able to follow up immediately, and just the double commits that are really killing them. Once they fix those two things, which I really just think are a chemistry problem, they could really be a dangerous team. But until then, it's just kind of barbecue chicken from there.
Yeah, you certainly need rotational and teammate awareness to be a great team, and so far it seems like just Cannoli may have the edge so far. As we said, Winter subbing in for the team may be a little bit of why that is happening, but regardless, this is the situation they are in, and they have to adjust. Great demo there. Laban pops it up in the air. Winter trying to find a shot. Instead, it's a pass. Ryan is just going to hit the crossbar. There was a huge chance, maybe the first really big chance for Blackjack that they're going to rue if they can't end up seeing out this game. Laban trying for the angle. Doesn't get his. SlmRnchr gets it past the 2 defenders who are scrambling after the bounce off the crossbar. Was difficult to read, and Slime had a clear view of the goal and found the shot.
Misfortune on one end, but fortune on the other. Ryan right off the crossbar ends up going back and biting them. It's just a tough one to give up if you're the Blackjack, and you know, like I said, man, this Cannoli team, they're very strong and kind of on their way to completing this series win.
Yeah, Cannoli certainly looking good. This is going to be, I think, free possession for Tor. Indeed, he'll fake it low. Winter was not falling for any of those games. This one's going to come out middle. Ryan gets some help on the bump. Tor can't get enough on the touch. He was scrambling to help out SlmRnchr, who was all alone in the net. Winter immediately headhunting. Tor can't get the back in time, and it's a great executed play on the counter attack by Blackjack, and they will take the goal.
Yeah, sub or not, Winter makes an absolutely great play on the demo in the net, and I just the absolute grind that we're seeing out of him in this series is unfathomable to me. As that one's gonna go the other way, and Kwispay takes advantage, and Blackjack are gonna pull ahead.
Yeah, this one's come out of nowhere, and Laban lofts that one into the middle. Tor was a little bit too late to it, so it ends up as kind of a dangerous pass into the center. That is not what you want to do if you're Cannoli. That one, a pretty critical error at a critical time in the game. Kwispay gets the touch. Laban clears the ball away. Kwispay looking for the shot. It's just off the mark. Slime will clear it away. But again, Blackjack are not letting them leave their own end. This one's bouncing all the way in somehow, as that one just lazily Goes over the defense. Ryan, an interesting touch. Tor could not read it. It was a difficult angle. And somehow, Blackjack have turned this series on its head.
Yeah, I think I might have jinxed it when I said 4-0 before the game. But in all honesty, this Cannoli team so far has completely fallen apart in these last 50-ish seconds. And, you know, oh, wntr pouring it on with the double tap. They're in shambles.
Yeah, that's a disgusting double tap. So you're talking about mechanics. There was no one on the backboard, and wntr is going to punish that every time. That is a fantastic play. And all of a sudden, Cannoli just looked like a completely different team. Blackjack looked like a completely different team. They found the chemistry, and they're starting to work together. There is some time for a comeback, but there is slowly not going to be enough. We will not have a sweep tonight, it's looking like. So Blackjack, great adjustment, some opportunistic plays, and are able to capitalize and take advantage to win game 2. What maybe one for the road here. Tor will save it away. Kwispay trying to keep it alive, looking for the shot. This one's gonna bounce. Tor will keep it alive. Kwispay keeps it alive. This one might be on the ground soon, I think. Eventually it will hit the ground. And that's going to be Blackjack taking game 2.
Listen, I said wntr was a mechanical player, and I said to look out for him. He completely proved that in this game. He hit an absolutely nasty double tap. He had that insane bump. It was just all in all just an absolutely great game from wntr, and I'm hoping that they keep him in for these next 2 games, and maybe we can start to see more of this out of him.
Yeah, we are certainly in for a great series now, and wntr getting adjusted to the team, and Blackjack starting to take over in the series. But again, some of the goals were a bit sloppy from Cannoli, but regardless, you have to punish them when they make mistakes, and Blackjack certainly did that.
Yeah, I mean, Cannoli was just shooting themselves in the foot multiple times during this game. You know, you had the whiff on the backboard from, I believe it was SlmRnchr, and you have the pass into the middle from Laban. It was just absolutely sloppy play from Cannoli, and we'll see if they make an adjustment. As I think the lobby just broke.
Yeah, we might have to make a new lobby really quickly. We will be right back after a short lobby remake. But yeah, Blackjack definitely took advantage of some mistakes, but I don't think Cannoli are going to be that sloppy in the next game. So it's about how can Blackjack continue to find the offense in the series. That will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, for sure. It was almost out of character for Cannoli, and it wasn't really necessarily that, you know, Blackjack had this sort of resurgence, which they definitely did, but it was more of just, like I said, Cannoli shooting themselves in the foot. And as we get things started back here, I'm hoping we can start to see some sort of calmness and reset, as typically you see once these teams have a fall apart game like this, they kind of start to, you know, second guess themselves and overcommit and all this other stuff. So, you know, hopefully we can start to see them return to their normal play.
Yeah, hopefully we can see some well-executed plays, some mechanical plays, and some great veteran gameplay to watch. But we have the lobby back up, so we are good to go for Game 3, a crucial game in the series. Who is going to take the lead? We'll see from here.
Yeah, this is going to be definitely the game to decide who these teams really are as the kickoff. One into the blue half. Tor with control now. He backflips. It's taken up by wntr in the midfield. Tries to go high, but it's met by JustWaben on the backboard. JustWaben will try and play it again. He'll beat wntr. Ryan in the corner now. Doesn't have much boost, and he's met by Laban. wntr, big clear. Ryan unable to jump because he doesn't have any boost. But wntr will stay on and get the 50. To the corner now. Kwispay tries to play it up the wall, but gets slammed into the wall. Ryan trying to make something happen here. SlmRnchr the clear. SlmRnchr to follow. Kwispay gets a pop, but it's met by Tor. wntr tries to clear, but it's too weak to get out, so Waben will collect. Flicks over Ryan. Into the corner now. Tor there to crash in, but Kwispay manages to get the 50 out. SlmRnchr now bounces over him. They triple commit in the midfield, but unfortunately Blackjacks were not able to pick up on it. SlmRnchr gets the pinch. It's up to Ryan in the corner. They'll clear it out. The Tor will shoot it back in. wntr gets a deep clear, and you see this Cannoli team start to regroup here.
Yeah,
Tor backflips.
Yeah, it's getting interesting. Looks like a much more midfield controlled game. There's not a lot of shots so far. Tor is looking on the counter attack, can't find the mark. But again, lots of plays happening, but nothing really too threatening so far. But that could change on a dime. Slime's just going to clear it to the corner and make sure nothing dangerous happens, like I said.
Yeah, this has kind of been more of a midfield game here as SlmRnchr tries to make an infield pass. That's on net, but Ryan will clear it away. It's up on the corner now. Tor will beat him. wntr the clear. He'll stay on it. He has full boost. High touch there. SlmRnchr gets demoed. Also gets bumped again by wntr, hanging right on top of the net, but it won't find the mark. Laban gets the 50 with wntr. He's got no boost, but he'll stay in. Never mind, he'll turn out. Ryan now to meet it, but Laban's right there. Oh, bad kill by Kwispay, and SlmRnchr will clean up the sloppy rebound. Cannoli take it 1-0.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy play in that midfield, and it leads to a good demo. Good awareness from Cannoli, able to capitalize. And man, that is a crucial mistake, but just over half the game going. This is not over. wntr was almost dunked by Laban, but this might be on the other end. Tor was almost caught a little bit too far up. Gave a little bit of space in the midfield. SlmRnchr trying for the infield pass. Lots of infield pass attempts from Cannoli. Oh, a little bit too high from SlmRnchr. Kwispay is there on the follow after wntr put it a little high, but Kwispay made sure there was no mistake about that one.
Yeah, in all honesty, I saw initially Kwispay almost had that redirect. I actually sat up in my seat a little bit for it, but all in all, he does manage to find the back of the net as we're deadlocked here with just over halfway spent as Ryan played to the wall. SlmRnchr leaves it for Laban. Laban up the wall now. He's met by wntr. That one's going to go backwards, but Kwispay is there to make sure it won't go any further. Ryan, the shot is too weak, so Tor will clear it out. wntr gets it back in deep to the corner. SlmRnchr to play it with no boost. Kwispay takes it high, looks for mid. Laban there to clear it out though, as Blue starts to make their counterattack. Laban with control now. He'll get past one. Still in the corner there, he has no boost, but he still manages to make a play, as this could be dangerous for Blackjack. This game starting to amp up the pressure. As Tor will take a shot, that one's cleared out. Starting to see more of these high danger chances, it feels like.
Yeah, definitely a lot more chances coming in the latter half of the game. Some more shots on the board. That one was nearly found the back post through traffic. SlmRnchr is going to bang it away. Ryan tries to read it. That's not a touch he wanted to make. This one should be controlled to the corner. Kwispay does the job. Laban was turned the wrong way, though, as the ball was squirting out midfield, and that could have been a chance there. But unfortunately, not able to get it. Minute on the clock. This one clanged over Kwispay. Has to make a read. Laban plays it to the corner. Tor recycling. SlmRnchr on the ball. He's going to get a chance. Tries to lob it up to Laban. Laban elects not to go for it. Instead, he'll get control in the midfield. Heavy first touch, but Tor and Laban pinch it into the net. And that was a little bit of a heavy touch, but regardless, Tor was in the area. They both dunk and pinch Ryan directly into their net.
This is a rare occasion where a double commit actually works in their favor, as with only 47 seconds remaining, Blackjack are going to have to start to make some sort of resurgence. This game has been pretty deadlocked so far. I hope we can start to see some more score and open up here as Kwispay will take it in the corner. Actually, wntr will. Bang it down. Tor to clear. Will actually take time here. A lot of chaos in that corner. A double commit on the Blackjack side as wntr will be last back. He'll insta-challenge. 50 by Tor. A little bit of a miscommunication in the back half there, as that one will hit off the corner. SlmRnchr gets bumped up the wall, and he'll be able to stay on. Passes it mid. Tor there. Blocked down. Ryan's up for it, but he won't get much. That one's going to float right in the mid on net, and it's off the crossbar. SlmRnchr to finish, but the game ends. And Cannoli will take game 3 and take the lead 2-1 in this series.
Yeah, Cannoli end up with the lead and are able to win off of that little pinch play. But they had the overwhelming number of shots. They had 9 shots to 5 shots, so almost double the amount of shots, and that's usually a good sign for them winning the game and winning the series. So Cannoli take the lead in the series, but Blackjack still have a chance to force a 2-2 and not go home with a series loss.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too, you can really credit Laban here. He finally stepped up that physical aspect that I've been waiting to see. And, 3 demos, his teammates don't even need to get any at all. And it puts just too much pressure on this Blackjack side. And we go into game 4. Cannoli could be looking out to close out a 3-1. Maybe not a 4-0 like I said earlier, but still putting Blackjack on their heels coming into game 4.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for the lobby health, though, as we have another server disconnect. Which we love, but it's the state of Rocket League in 2026. So we will have a slight delay as we get another lobby remake. But yeah, Cannoli definitely have a chance to win the series and take advantage. It's not the 4-0, but I'm sure they'll take a 3-1. 3-1s will get you into playoffs, that's for sure. It will get you a high seed if you can consistently 3-1. So it's about turning those 2-2s into 3-1s to make playoffs, and that's what Cannoli are going to have to do here.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-1 is a 3-1, right? That's a 750 win percentage. I mean, that's unbelievable, at least in my book. And the more that they start to do that, they're going to be a strong playoff team. And this is also really going to help their seeding if they can get this one out here.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge game for both sides as Blackjack look to avoid only having 2 wins through their first 3 match days. That would not be ideal start to their season, and Cannoli look to take advantage of their great start and become one of the top seeds in their conference. So game 4, a big one. Both teams have had their moments, but Cannoli just taking more advantage in that 3rd game. This one, a critical one. Cannoli can win the series, or Blackjack are going to force a 2-2.
Absolutely, and this kickoff going to start off on the right wall. Laban has boost, has space, has time, elects to pass, but there's nobody there to receive it. I think SlmRnchr was in the vicinity, but he must have turned off as Ryan gets the pinch out. Laban to bang it down. SlmRnchr there on the infield turn, but he whiffed, and wntr will make the easy save. In the corner now, Ryan gets the 50. wntr there has no boost, but still manages to get a decent 50 with Tor. As Kwispay takes it up the wall. He's got full boost here and time, but he flips past it. Laban now up in the air. Ryan there to intercept. SlmRnchr a shot, but it's off target. Tor there to crash. It's on net, but Kwispay able to easily collect it. Cool, calm, and collected in the net. As this one will get cleared out to the corner. Laban tried to put a shot on, but it hit off the backboard. Kwispay the beat. SlmRnchr to meet him. As he continues down, but he's met by Ryan. Laban now. Backtracks back to make a back pass. SlmRnchr to put it in the corner. Tor to 50. That one's on net, but it won't go in. A little bit of late rotations here from this Cannoli side. How do you think that'll shape up for them?
It's interesting. I think they were both getting back boost, and you want to have someone in the play at all times supporting the team. That time they couldn't do so. so it led to a missed chance on what someone could have been made and for a shot opportunity. Instead, it's going to come to relatively nothing. And this is the first real opportunity where Blackjack have been in the Cannoli end. Tor has an angle, can't find the shot. It's floating over the net. Kwispay gets a little bit of help from the crossbar, uses it. Slime has an angle on the shot, can't get the angle to go though. Slime's gonna recycle it. Ryan uses all his boost to hit that one. Laban pops it up in the air. Tor gets dusted by Winter. Winter had to use all his boost though to get that one. Tor playing it in the corner. Kwispay trying to get there. Winter's next to it. Slime is in reverse. Gets the 50. It's floating. Laban doesn't have boost and finally gets the clear away to buy some time.
Yeah, buy time indeed. The pressure was unrelenting as Blackjack keeps Cannoli pinned in their own half. Laban finally manages to clear, but it's right to Kwispay with full boost and time. We know how mechanical he is. He dusts one, gets the bump on the other. He's got a 1v1. He pops over. Ryan is not going to be able to finish it, but still we're seeing a lot of this Blackjack pressure on Cannoli. And, you know, this is kind of how this series has been the entire time. And Kwispay will be there to clear. Ryan off the corner, tries to look for something mid, but SlmRnchr was reading it the whole way. Kwispay stays up, but he gets beat by Laban. SlmRnchr the pop, it's over the net. Tor there, off the crossbar. Laban off the top of the net.
Hey
Ryan
guys,
will clear.
the shots keep on coming for Cannoli, but they are not able to take advantage. A minute 30 on the clock. They had so many opportunities there. 3 people with clean shot opportunities. You don't get that every time. Instead, it results in a clear to the corner. Slime's gonna get a free touch. Pops it to the wall. This one's waterfalling. Down to Laban, who can't get the shot. Kwispay is equal to it. SlmRnchr runs into the shot, or runs into the pass, I should say. This one bouncing in the wall. Who wins that one? Tor lobs it up to Laban. Laban doesn't have the boost to get there. Instead, we'll defer back to Tor. It's an infield to SlmRnchr. Ryan makes the save. And these infields and back passes are starting to stretch the defense out for Blackjack. Blackjack hunting for a counterattack. Tor can't make the touch. This one is in the end. They gotta be careful, do Blackjack. Slime can't get the redirect. Slime can get the follow, though. And Cannoli will take a late lead.
This game has been absolute cinema, and who else to put them on the board first is SlmRnchr. And with only 39 seconds remaining, with such a high-pressure game, it would be so unfitting for this game not to twist in another way. As Winter will meet him in the midfield. Laban gets a high touch, misses the redirect, but Kwispay is there to follow. SlmRnchr. A midfield pass, but it's not met by Tor, as that one's going to float on net. Laban had to make the clear. Laban now bangs it out, but there's nobody there to follow. Ryan accidentally passes it to Tor. Tor will stay with it, but he misses. Ryan now will take. Goes for the flick, gets it over SlmRnchr, but Laban meets him there. So we have 6 seconds remaining. This ball is not getting out of the Blackjack half. SlmRnchr keeps it pinned off the post, and that'll do it. Cannoli take the series 3-1.
What a series from Cannoli. They are able to take the W in the end and take the series win. What a game in that 4th one. They get the game in the last minute. Incredible series from everyone. But Benny, who do you think is the MVP of the series?
Oh, I mean, it would be an absolute crime to not give it to Winter. Winter was an absolute moving force in games 1, 2, and 3, to be completely honest. Not so much out of that game 4, but I mean, those first 3 games can make the case alone for him as our MVP. But who do you got?
I'm gonna go begrudgingly with Laban, who I think was super impactful throughout the series for Cannoli. They were all over the offensive end, making infield passes and just hitting every teammate when they had the chance to. So, shout out Laban. That was a really well played series, and wntr also really had a great series. But I think in the end, I think I would edge it towards Laban helping Cannoli get the series win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe we got an interview brewing here um, for this Cannoli team, as we can welcome in JustWaben. After that win, you guys are shaping up to be one of the top teams. You guys were tied for second, now looking to make a push to be that cemented first team in the tier. How do you think this game will help you achieve that?
I mean, number one, the big thing is just confidence. Tor and I, we've been lucky enough to team before, and we ended up becoming a 500 team. But to start out the gate like this, bringing Slime in, and really just having that chem, to be able to get a 4-0 and then 2-3-1s, it feels great. So just trying to keep on pushing to get wins and move up.
Cannoli now extending. Oh, my bad.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say, Laven, how has coaching the worst player in Chally Taco prepared you for this moment?
I watch Taco play, and I just make sure I'm like, whenever I'm playing, I'm like, don't be like Taco, and I'm good. Man, sometimes I hope that Taco can like figure out a few things by watching me play a little bit, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what I'm doing out there. So whatever I'm doing, don't do that. And so maybe bashing your head against the wall trying to get me to rotate has helped you become a better player. But regardless,
Totally.
Congrats on the win. You guys had an early advantage, but then the game 2, you guys had kind of quite a few mistakes, and then how are you able to like bounce back and keep your head in the series?
I mean, one thing for us is we were definitely trying to stay in that mindset of we have to be. I'll be honest, my team we like to mess around a little bit in scrims, but we make sure that we're locked in when the game time comes. We kind of came into that series with the holy cannoli mindset. We came into that first game, all as a team said holy cannoli, and we were trying to basically just keep it going. We lost game 2 by 5-1 after winning like 5-1. So we knew that there was opportunity to be had. We knew the rest of the series was going to be close. And honestly, it made it a lot more fun. But the big thing was just that goldfish mentality of making sure we're in the game still, and not letting ourselves get down, keeping that positive mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. And one last question from me: is this the season where Vet is not the cursed tier in the franchise?
I don't know, man. It seems that way. It's been the last like 4 seasons, but here we are.
All right, one last one to leave us off. You guys have increased your record now to 9-3. Shaping yourself up to be, like I said, one of the top teams in the tier. Are there any other teams that you're looking out for?
I'll be honest. I try not to look at standings that much. I've been just focused on each match one day at a time. It's super early into the season, so I also know that yeah, I know that standings don't matter a whole lot right now. It's about the consistent results down the line. It's always fun to play against the drafts, though. I don't know if we play them or not. I know we scrim them here soon. But Safari, I mean, I kind of came from Safari at one point, so it's always fun to play against them. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Laven. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, y'all.
All right, and with that, we will wrap up match day 3. Cannoli taking the 3-1 over Blackjack. I'm Benny. That was Taco on my other side. And have a good night, everybody.